usual. But we're here. We're back with the MRC Gt3 World Series Round 8, and this time we've got Lobby 2 and Lobby 3 combined this evening. So it's going to make it a little bit interesting. Obviously, again, work commitments, football, and life skills get in the way. So at the moment, we just jumped into qualifying, I should say. So we have Fast JMS out at first at the moment. And we'll go through. I'll just make sure I'm coming through loud and clear. Just bear with me a couple of minutes, guys. I do apologise for this. Yep, we're loud and clear. And we have... Oh, Dimpy's picked up a half-second penalty already. And then we have Dennis up in third at the moment. Haldare in fourth. So we'll go through as the race gets in. We'll see who's who. We've got Kenobi. In fact, I'll do it now. So, Fast JMS, obviously you know, is in Lobby 2. Dimpy in Lobby 2. Dennis is in Lobby 3. Haldare is Lobby 3. J West Lobby 2. Kenobi Lobby 3. Surfer Lobby 2. C-Mac Lobby 2. Evil Lobby 3. MacGyver Lobby 2. Fat Pickles Lobby 2. Rossi Lobby 3. Shuriken Lobby 3. Mark Catman Lobby 3. Locke Lobby 3. So, Fast JMS has put the fastest time in so far. 151.8, so he's got provisional pole. Then we have Dimpy. Then Kenobi. Dennis. C-Mac. J West. Aldair so far. And then we'll go down. Oh, we've got Evil Knievel on our 156. Again, this is just to start the laps of qualifying. There's Surfer. He's got it all wrong. He's just waiting for a gap, just so he can carry on. Or has he got an issue with his wheel? Nope. Oh, he gets a tap behind. So Surfer in the pits at the moment. Oh, and Surfer's left the room. I wonder if he's got a technical issue. So, Fast still on provisional. And then we'll go down to Dimpy. And then we've got Kenobi in the pits, Dennis in the pits, C-Mac in the pits, obviously going to change tyres, so they must have a bit of tyre degradation. Haldare moves up to 5th. But still Fast JMS on provisional pole. But again, still early days. 33 laps around Trial Mountain. Then we have Fast JMS, obviously again. Second is J West. Dimpy's out in third at the moment. I'm sure he's going to hopefully top the charts. He usually does. And then Kenobi's 4th. Fat Pickles 5th. Dennis 6th. Haldare 7th. C-Mac 8th. Rossi 9th. Knievel 10th. MacGyver 11th. Catman 12th. Shuriken 13th. And Locke 14th. So we're into 7 minutes out of 10 minutes of qualifying. luck gets it all wrong. So again, obviously with the long endurance races, they have to use all 3 tyre compounds. So that's softs, mediums and hards. Oh, fast JMS with a half-second penalty, but it comes in the pits. So they've got to use them on a minimum of 3 laps, no less. Otherwise they will incur the steward's penalty. And incidentally for you guys as well, last week's driver of the day, there was 2, was MacGyver and Sanchez. So well done to you 2 guys. I'll keep going round again, but obviously with the 2 lobbies being in as well, it doesn't matter where they finish, they'll only finish respectively in their own lobby thingy. And we have surf at every turn in. So hopefully he's got the problem fixed. Go through. And Fat Pickles has put it into provisional. So that drops down Fast JMS to second. J West is still third. Dimpy's still out in fourth. Ben Kenobi in 5th, Dennis is 6th, Rossi is 7th, Aldair is 8th, 9th is C-Mac, 10th is Evil, 11th is Locke, MacGyver's 12th, ooh, gets it a little bit out of order there, McCatman down in 13th, and Sharukan in 14th. So he's also picked up a half-second penalty. And he does look like he's in the McLaren, I believe. So, in the last minute of qualifying. And we'll see. And that's Fat Pickles. Just getting out the way. It's Fast JMS still in provisional second as well. And we'll just go through a few bits. Again. No past on. J West gets it all out of sorts. Nice big wall there for him to slow him down. How can Dimpy improve on his time as well? We shall see. There's Fast JMS just getting out of the way. Dennis also with a half-second penalty. Kenobi has done his laps, I think, by everyone. Dimpy's now put it into pole provisionally. On a 151.6, just pipped Fat Pickles bro. As we'll just go through the field. There's MacGyver out in 12th. That looks like his finishing position. Catman done all he can. Solid 13th. And then Sharukan at the moment is leading the back of the field in 14th. So I think everyone is nope, not Fast JMS still on a lap at the moment. I think he's the only one. A few. Can he make any improvements? So Evil's put another fast time in. Fast JMS Still sat in third. I think that is everyone. It is. That's the wrong one. Do apologise. So here's your table. So we have Dimpy out in first, Fat Pickles second, Fast JMS third, J West fourth, Dennis fifth, Kenobi in sixth, C-Mac seventh, eighth is Knievel, ninth is Rossi, 10th is Haldare, 11th is Locke, MacGyver's 12th, 13th is Catman, Sharukan is 14th, and obviously Severev hasn't put a time in, and he is 15th. So he'll be starting at the back. I did forget that he had to leave and reset. So now we're ready to race. And we think, no, we're going back to the practice room just to reset the lobby. And then everyone will tick in, and then we'll go again. We'll go for the race. 33 laps round Trial Mountain. Obviously, people are just getting a practice lap in or two. And then we'll be ready to go. So Dimpy, again, has put that said 4 in a good place for himself. Again, with Fat Pickles there as well. These two fighting for the top of Lobby 2. So it's going to be a big change, obviously, having 2 lobbies together. But again, so again, just waiting. So obviously, the horse just telling everyone to tick in so he can get the job done. Get these guys underway shortly. Again, last week, only racing incidents that were involved. No one got penalties or out, so that's good to hear. Now, round 8. So only 2 more rounds to go after this one. So I think next week will be... I think it's 2 races next Friday. A sprint and a feature. And then the final will be endurance. So still lots to play for. You know, for the 2 lobbies. So it could be quite evenly matched. But again, just need to be careful with both lobbies in this one. Not to interfere with other people's racing, especially if they're a lobby above you. Just let the faster lobby go past. It makes life easier. Again, you're not racing that lobby, particular lobby, you're only racing your own lobby. So again, we're just waiting for the start. So again, it's a 21:15 start, so 3 minutes to go. Have a quick look on track while we're waiting. Sat here. So there's Evil Knievel. Who else is going out? We have Locke on the way out. J West. Fast JMS is staying in the pits. So is Dimpy. So is Fat Pickles. So is Dennis. I'll just check something. It's fine. And then we have C-Mac, MacGyver, Haldare, Rossi, Ted of Escanobi, and Catman. All just waiting in the pits. There's only a couple of minutes to go. But we have these guys out on track. Evil in a lovely looking livery on the older Ferrari. Locke in a Ferrari, J West in a Porsche, Sharukin in the McLaren. That's 4 out just for a bit of practice at the moment. We will be going shortly. Thank you there, C-Mac. I am one of the best, or maybe not the best, but I will do the job. Mainly just for you guys, as well as the wider community. Again, if you're interested in becoming a member of the MRC, just go on to Facebook. And go into Matura Racing Club Gt3, and you can join from there. We do have other events coming up. And looks like everyone's ready. Again, also, if you do like this commentary and what I'm doing, please do like and subscribe. And here we go. The start of 33 laps, round Trial Mountain. Dimpy's on pole. Fat Pickles is around the side of him. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go. Both the 2 front get away superbly. We'll see how it goes on at the back. Dimpy gets out in front. Fat Pickles is there. Evil moves up the 3rd. Everyone gets through safe. Because this is the tricky part. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Just see how clean to get through. Oh, bit of contact again. See a little bit of door banging here and there. Everyone so far gets through cleanly. See the Ferraris there, Rossi and Locke battling. Rossi gets out in front though. Move up the field. But it's Dimpy out in front at the moment. Then it's Fat Pickles. Evil in third. So he's leading lobby 3 at the moment. And then we have this battle for the 2 Porsches of Dennis and Fast JMS. Side by side. Who's got the bigger brakes? Dennis gets in front. Again, everyone's going to be on different tyre strategies as well. So you can see there, Fast JMS on the hards, J West on the softs, mediums for Kenobi, C-Mac on the hards, there's MacGyver on the softs. So obviously the hards just not kicking in just yet. There'll be a few more laps before they do. So C-Mac's going to drop down a little bit further. As we go through, there's Aldet at the 10th on the hards as well. And we've got Rossi in 12th, Sharukan in 13th, and then we've got Mark Capman at the back. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there for Mark. But it's Dimpy, now being chased down by Fat Pickles. So Dimpy's on the hards, so is Fat Pickles. But these two have just literally pulled away. You see Dennis is on the softs, and then we have Evil on the hards, JOS on the softs, Fast JMS on the hards. So we've gone through them all. So this battle here for these 4 places. So again, everyone's got different tyre strategies and fuel strategies for this. We do start off with 80% fuel. See Kenobi going around the outside. Now back on Evil, sorry. Do apologise. So it's Evil, then Fast, and then Kenobi. So this is a three-way battle. A Porsche, Ferrari, and a Ferrari. See, just Fast just getting swamped a little bit because of them hard tyres. But again, these guys have got to use them as well. And there we go up. And Fat Pickles down to third. Obviously Dennis is on the softer tyre, trying to chase down Dimpy. Again, different compounds for these two. And there's J West trying to put the move on. Fat Pickles got the inside of the next corner. And you see Fast JMS got past them all again. So some good battles so far. It's hard to keep up. Fast JMS, Kenobi, Evil, then MacGyver is up to 8th. Locke. Then we have Aldet, Rossi, and then we have Shrukan, C-Mac on the back end of him, and then Mark Capman at the back and 14th. He's on the mediums. He should be able to gain a bit more time up than the hards. See there, C-Mac dropping down. Again, he's on the hard tyre. So Shrukan, and we've got Rossi on the hards. So you will see some of the hard tyre guys drop off a little bit, but we have now a change of the lead, which is Dennis. But there's Dimpy. He's not letting him get away. Dennis is going to have his mirrors full of a Z4. Dimpy pulls it on the inside. He's coming back at him. Sends it up the inside. Gets the job done. Covers the corner off slightly. Dennis is going to try and get back round. Obviously with the softer tyre being better. Plenty of room between the two guys. Oh, Dennis gets it wrong on braking. Has to go wide. Dimpy blocks the defensive move. Dimpy back up to first place. J West in third. Fat Pickles 4th. Again, he's on the hard tyre. And then we have Kenobi in 5th. Fast JMS in 6th. Sorry, 5th. And then MacGyver in 6th. Lock 7th. And Fat Pickles, he's coming into the pits. He's done the free minimum of requirement of free laps. I do get my words out right one of these days. So, Fat Pickles is going to drop down the order a little bit, but go back through the field. See if there's any other battles producing. MacGyver, is he going to send it on Fast JMS? Not there, he won't. But Dimpy, still out in front. He's making Dennis work hard and work them softs really down. It will be now around about now towards the next lap that them hards will start to kick in. Dimpy really just keeping it where he needs to. Yes, he will be holding the two softed lads up, but the speed of that Z4 is quite good. J West now up a second. But Dennis is still there. We'll go further back. There's Kenobi in 4th at the moment. MacGyver, massive send on Fast JMS, gets the job done. Can Fast JMS come back? There's Locke. Oh, MacGyver just makes a defensive move. And there's Evil. A little bit of a tap there, but just a little tap, nothing to worry about. And there we have Aldair in 9th. C-Mac 10th. Mark Atman up to 11th. And Rossi's had a spin. Gets it going. He's got front end damage as well. Fat Pickles down 13th at the moment. And then Shuriken in 14th. Well, there's the battle for first. Dimpy, J West, Dennis. Again, you just need to take your time through them corners. There's plenty of time left. There's plenty of laps left. Just need to set it up. I wouldn't lunge, as if this is going to be a costly if you do it, because it's a tight track. Dimpy, holding firm. On the hard tyres as well. You can see the softs are starting to degrade badly, especially on Dennis's front right. Again, Dimpy there just trying to break the slipstream. Goes back in onto the racing line. J West gets past, but Dimpy's coming back at him. He's not giving up, but Dennis is there as well. That's top 3 at the moment. All within a half second. As you see, Kenobi there in 4th. If the guys in front keep battling, he's going to catch them up. MacGyver up to 5th. Locke 6th. Fast JMS in 7th. Evil's right behind him in 8th. Aldair into 9th. C-Mac 10th. Matt Catman 11th. Rossi 12th. Fat Pickles in 13th. And then Shuriken in 14th. J West pulls away. Again, he's on the soft tyres. Dimpy still on the hards. He's going to make them last as long as he can. He's not losing too much time. He's keeping within the top 3. And then we have Dennis in 3rd. Kenobi still in 4th. Slowly catching up to the guys in front. Then MacGyver 5th. Locke 6th. Fast JMS 7th still. And there's Evil. Not too far behind him. Aldair in 9th. C-Mac 10th. And then we have Matt Catman in 11th in the Subaru. Rossi, 12th. Fat Pickles, 13th. And then Shuriken in 14th. But again, now you can see Dimpy catching back up to Jay West. He's going to hound the backside off that Porsche. Dimpy gets it in tighter, gets a better exit. And there's Dennis hanging on. That front right now is really degraded. He may only get another lap out of it if he's lucky. Again, it's a tyre heat of this track. It will chew them up. And there's Kenobi, still within striking distance though, in the Ferrari. There's MacGyver coming under fire from Locke. And that is not a place you will overtake on, as it can cause all sorts of issues. Oh, MacGyver just gets a little tap by the looks of it off the barrier. There's Fast JMS. Does look like he's starting to close down on Locke. Then we have Evil, 8th. 9th is Aldair still. C-Mac 10th. Mark Catman 11th. And then we have Rossi in 12th. Fat Pickles 13th, but he's literally starting to come down onto the back end of Rossi. 1.5, sorry. Behind. And then Shuriken. Oh, it looks like he's got a bit of lag at the back. Jay West still out in front at the moment. Starting to pull away from Dimpy. But there's Dennis. Again, that front right, he's going to struggle on it because here comes Kenobi. Kenobi's going to come down on him. He's looking to make the move. Has a look. Thinks twice. Again, Kenobi now trying to find a way past. Again, there was literally hardly anything left of Dennis's front right. I'd be going in the pits because there'd be hardly any grip left on that tyre. You can see Kenobi just trying to find a way past. There's Dimpy. He's going to be pulling away from Dennis, which he is. A little bit of sliding there between the two guys at the back. Again, Dimpy still keeping that gap between him and Jay West. Still early days though, because again, first round of pit stops are due for most people. Kenobi in 4th. Still chasing down Dennis, trying to find a way past. Ferrari v Porsche. Apologise for that. Right, so Kenobi now side by side with Dennis. I will reiterate, this is 2 lobbies, lobbies 2 and 3 together. But these 2 are in the same lobby battling each other, so Kenobi gets it up to 3rd. Dimpy now bringing that gap down to 1.5. Add less. There's Kenobi. Starting to pull away from Dennis. Locke. In 5th, he's got managed to get past MacGyver. 7th is Fast JMS. Evil in 8th. And then we have Aldair in 9th. 10th is C-Mac. 11th is Catman. Fat Pickles is 12th. Rossi is 13th. Shuriken is 14th. out in front still is J West. Then there's Dimpy. Gap's just slightly increased. Kenobi, and it looks like Dennis has gone into the pits. As we'll see, there he is. He's in the pits. So's MacGyver. Both these guys in the pits. Obviously, swapping the tyres. Hopefully a full tank of fuel to carry on. But where's Fat Pickles? Fat Pickles is now up to 10th. And still going. At the moment, it's Dennis with a 152.8. There we have C-Mac. He's moving up the field at the moment due to pit stops. He's low on fuel. So is Halder. There's Evil. Up to 6 at the moment. And Fast GMS 5th. Lock in 4th. Getting chased down by Fast GMS. But then the top 3, obviously Kenobi, Dimpy, and then J West. This be the time that J West comes in the pits. There's Dimpy. Probably all. Looks like Dimpy is coming into the pits now. So Kenobi will inherit 2nd at the moment. But again, he's got a fuel stop to make. Halder's now in the pits as well, so we've got Dimpy in the pits, Lock in the pits, Fast GMS in the pits, Halder in the pits, C-Mac in the pits. And then Matt Capman also coming in the pits as well. At the moment, it's J West, he's running on fumes. There's Kenobi in 2nd. Evil's up the 3rd at the moment, his fuel lights on. But Fat Pickles out in 4th. And then we have Rossi in 5th. Oh, and Rossi's had an incident as well. So now he's got rear end damage. And Dennis has come out of the pit. He's on the racing hards. And then we have MacGyver out on the mediums. Lock on the mediums. Fast JMS on the mediums. But Fast JMS is literally there on the back end of Lock. Then we have Shrukan out on the mediums still. Halder has come out on the mediums. And then we have Matt Capman on the softs. C-Mac has gone in the pits as well. Obviously he's come back out on mediums. And now we have J West in the pits. So that promotes Kenobi to the top. But where's Fat Pickles? There he is. Can he get all the first place? Or second, I should say. Two in front, and even got to the pit boxes yet. Comes down to the final couple of corners. Final corner. Still not in the pit box. That Pickles streams on by into 2nd. But Kenobi, his fuel lights on. His front right is about halfway on tyre wear on the medium. Dimpy has also got past them. So he's on the mediums as well. J West comes out. Evil comes out. Where's Dennis? There's Dennis. In 5th. And he's on the hard tyre compound. There's MacGyver. Stellar job in 6th at the moment. That Subaru going really well. There's Evil in 7th. Let's take a jump on board with Evil. from Lobby 3. And you see Fast JMS all over the back of Locke. Locke still struggling with that Ferrari in corners, squirming. There it is. Fast JMS gets it on the side of him. Locke tries and covers it off, but now Fast has got the slipstream. And you see Evil's front view is MacGyver. Behind is a battle also. Again, not too close to Evil, so you can just concentrate on the guy in front. See, Fast JMS just biding his time. He's going to try and find a weak spot and take advantage of it. Big lift off there from Evil into this tricky right-hander, now downhill, which also can be tricky. It's quite a strange bit of track as he's starting to close up on MacGyver. Kenobi has come in the pits, so now Fat Pickles out in front with Dimpy in second. Again, Fast JMS still trying to attack Locke. But it's Evil still getting closer and closer to MacGyver. And then we'll jump back in a few seconds. Oh, MacGyver just coming off the accelerator by the looks of it, just to get the car turned in. There's Dennis as well. He's also getting closed down. So I appreciate the onboard there with Evil. Much appreciated. And there's Fast JMS. He's got past Locke. And now he's going to chase down Evil. There he is. We'll go on bonnet cam for this one. And he's literally just pulling away from Locke. Move up the field, see where we're going. We're on lap 12 of 33. So Fat Pickles out in front. Then we have Dimpy in second. Kenobi in third, being chased down by Jay West. Both on the hard tyre. So this is going to be interesting to see. Again, they're not battling each other because they're in different lobbies. And then we have Dennis in fifth, also in. So Kenobi is the leader of Lobby 3 at the moment, where Fat Pickles is the leader of Lobby 2. And then we have Dennis in second place of Lobby 3. Oh, gets a little bit squirmish. There's MacGyver. There's Evil. There's Fast JMS. There's Locke. We're at Evil at the moment. Going to try and put a move on MacGyver. He's setting it up. Has a look. He's brave. Thinks twice. Gives MacGyver the space. But there's Fast JMS. Also waiting in the wings. So 20 more laps to go. But this is a four-way, maybe a five-way battle now. For, let me get sprint bearings, which is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 7th, 8th and 9th. And then we'll go back through as these are battling. We've got C-Mac battling with Aldair. Again, they don't need to battle too much, again, if they're in different lobbies. Obviously C-Mac's got damage. So there may have been a bit of an incident between them two. Not too sure. Shuriken's up to 12th, Matt Catman's 13th, chasing down Shuriken. And then Rossi at the moment is in 14th. Fat Pickles, again, still out in front. He's got a 10-second gap over Dimpy. And Dimpy's got one over Kenobi. Over Jay West. And then this battle here. MacGyver. Evil. Fast JMS. Dennis has dropped back. He's got damage. Maybe in a bit of contact. I don't know. Sadly, I did miss it. I do apologise. But Again, it does look like Dennis is trying to fight back. But these three guys here have started to pull away from the other two. Fast JMS now looking for a way past Evil. Can he find a way? Again, it's a little bit tricky through these first set of corners. Obviously, because the car will go in a little bit too quick, it will throw you out. And there we have Locke cutting the grass. Probably smoke that later. But there's Fast JMS, Evil. Still trying to find a way past MacGyver in the Subaru. So that Subaru literally holding its own. Ooh, a little bit of contact. But it's nearly 3 wide. It's not going to go well. That's a little bit nerve-wracking. 3 wide through that corner. Fast JMS. MacGyver obviously came out worse of the 3. But again, 3 wide. Evil slots in behind. Oh, a little bit of contact between MacGyver and Fast. Nothing to worry about. Just obviously car correction. Again, just need to take your time, guys. There's plenty of laps left. Now you've got 2 more cars joining it. Just bear with me. Just have a quick drink. Do apologise for that, guys. So where are we? We're on lap 15. Fast JMS, Evil, MacGyver, Dennis, Locke. There's C-Mac, Mark Catman, Haldair, half-second penalty. Rossi up to 13th, Shrukin in 14th. Fab Pickles, again still with a 10-second gap over Dimpy. And then we have obviously Dimpy's in second, and then Kenobi again leading the field for Lobby 3. Also pulling away from Jay West. And then it's Evil out in front of this big battle. 5th, it's pulling away. 6th is MacGyver. 7th, Dennis. Locke is 8th. And Fast JMS, he's actually dropped down to 9th. Again, maybe contact. And there was a few things where they were getting a little bit 3 wide in places. Let's see, Mac. And then Mark Catman out in 11th. Does look like he's starting to catch up to where C-Mac actually. Gap. Round about. Just going up slightly, down, up and down. Let's have a look. So, yeah, Mark Catman's on the softs, but they are degrading. And we have Aldair still in the mediums. Rossi on the mediums. Shuriken on the softs, which is still nice and fresh. Fat Pickles out in first. Then Dimpy. 17 seconds between Kenobi and Dimpy. And there we have Jay West out in 4th. Again, it does look like Kenobi's pulling that gap away. Again, it's still early days. There's Evil. So he's still on the softs. And then we have MacGyver on the mediums. So a great battle by these guys. Obviously there would have been a bit of door contact, which is nothing to worry about. It's going to happen. And then we have Dennis, Locke, and Fast JMS. Does look like he's dropping off the pace a little bit, which is unusual. Again, also guys, don't forget, if you're driver of the week, so I'm going to have to do it for both lobbies. So you've got the choice of 2 lobbies this time, lobbies 2 and 3. I will go back through the guys who are in each lobby. So Fat Pickles is in lobby 2, Dimpy in lobby 2, obviously Fat Pickles in the pits. Kenobi, when he gets it there, is lobby 3, J West lobby 2, Evil lobby 3, MacGyver lobby 2, Dennis lobby 3, Locke lobby 3, Fast JMS lobby 2, C-Mac lobby 2, Mark Catman lobby 3, Haldare gets a nice big slide coming off the exit in lobby 3, Rossi lobby 3, and then Shruken in lobby 3. But now Dimpy has got the lead, a massive lead at the moment. Can he make that extend? There's Kenobi out in second in the Ferrari, J West third, Evil fourth. Does look like he's starting to catch on to the back of J West. That gap is starting to come down. Oh, it's going up again, down again. That old Ferrari still got what it takes. And to be honest, in my own opinion, I still think it's better than the new Ferrari. But each to their own. There we have MacGyver in 5th. Dennis 6th. Locke 7th. Fast JMS in 8th. And that gap's coming down again between him and Locke. There's Fat Pickles, 9th. So he's come back out on mediums and a full tank. So he's going to chase these guys down. He's going to do what he can to get back up to the top. C-Mac in 10th. And then we have Haldare, just out on his own at the moment, going through the long tunnel. And then we have Rossi, Mark Catman, and then Shuriken. Dimpy still out in front in the Z4. And then Kenobi. Then we have J West in 3rd. There you can see Evil Knievel starting to close him down. Are some of the lobby 3 guys showing how the lobby 2 guys how it's done. And there we have MacGyver. So we're on lap 18 as well, out of 33. I want to jump on board with MacGyver actually. Driver of the day last week. There you can see Evil up in front. Just over 3 seconds ahead. So MacGyver's in the Subaru WRX. And you can just see Dennis in the background. Also you can see him in the right hand, bottom right hand on the rear view camera. So it's going to be interesting to see on this lap, see if Dennis can actually catch up to MacGyver. If he can or can't, we'll see. It does look like that Subaru's got a little bit more straight line speed than the Porsche. You see the gap just pulling away. MacGyver just gets the rotation. That corner can be tricky. Let it run wide as much as you can. Get the exit power on the exit, sorry. And tuck it right in, let it run wide. Get the power down. Obviously Dennis is starting to close up, and so is the other guys. That's a brave move there for Fast JMS. Oh, bit of contact. Jump back to MacGyver. See, now Dennis is all over the back of him. So I'm going to leave MacGyver to it. Thanks for the ride on board, MacGyver. Appreciate it. Dennis there, chasing him down. Again, these two guys have got a long history of racing together. MacGyver, again, keeping it where he wants to. He's making Dennis do the work. Dennis has to find a way past him. MacGyver's not going to make it easy, but now Dennis side by side with him. Slightly gets ahead. He's on the harder tyre as well. MacGyver tucks back in. Can he get that place back on this corner? I think he's a little bit too far away. He's going to go for it. And Dimpy's coming to pits. And there's Fast JMS also in this battle. Go through the field again. Go from the top. So Dimpy in the pits. Kenobi in second. Jay West third. And then we have Evil in fourth. Still closing that gap down. And then we have Dennis in fifth. MacGyver's sixth. Now he's getting pressured by Fast JMS. Sends it through. Job done. So now Fast is up to sixth. So MacGyver's dropped down to seventh. MacGyver's right wheel is struggling. It's only halfway on the front right. There's Fat Pickles, lying in wait. He's going to use as much slipstream as he can to get round. A little bit of a tap. He's still there. He's going to try and find a way past MacGyver. There's C-Mac in 8th. Dimpy on the softs in 9th. 13 laps to go. Easily gets past C-Mac. Moves up a place. Fat Pickles is his next target. 5 seconds up the road. Then we have Rossi in 10th. And then Locke in 11th. Alde's been in the, just coming out the pits. And what's he got on? He's got mediums on. And just over half a tank of fuel. I think you're going to need a little bit more fuel than that. And then 13th is Matt Capman. Again, just staying in position. Not put a foot wrong all race so far. And then Shruken out in 14th. Cuts that corner, gets it wide. And he picks up half second penalty for his troubles on that one. And a little bit of a contact with the wall. For good measure. But Kenobi out the front at the moment. 5 seconds ahead. And we have Evil in the pits. Also Dennis in the pits as well. Jay West is second at the moment. Fast JMS is third. Fourth is Pickles. MacGyver. Fifth. Fuel lights on as well. There's Dimpy. Out in sixth. So we have Evil, Dennis, C-Mac and Rossi all in the pits. And then it's Locke, Aldair, Mark Capman and Shruken. Obviously he's got that half second penalty to take on the start finish. And back to the top so far is Kenobi. Then Jay West. And then we have Fast JMS. Fat Pickles right behind him. Can Fat Pickles set it up for this corner? Goes to the inside. Just tightens it up. Plenty of space between these two guys. Fat Pickles now with the fastest lap of a 1:52.542. See Fast with his fuel light on as well, so he's going to have to come in the pits. He's going to stay out for another lap with that. As you can see, there's Dimpy chasing down MacGyver. He's coming in the pits. But at the top, you can see Kenobi, J West, Fat Pickles now up the third. And then Fast JMS and Dimpy all in the same picture. As we move down through the field, there's Evil out in 7th, chased by Dennis and Locke. C-Mac out in 10th. There's Aldair in 11th. So Rossi in 12th. Matt Capman is on the hards at the moment in 13th. And then Sharukan in 14th. Obviously, he's on the softs, which is, again, he's still got a bit of internet lag. So I think he's just keeping out the way, maybe. It's Kenobi still. That gap's not going anywhere at the moment. Fat Pickles starting to chase down J West. And then you got Fast. And then you got Dimpy starting to catch up with Fast JMS. And then you've got a massive gap between Dimpy and Dennis, over 40 seconds. And then Locke in 7th, Evils in 8th, MacGyver down to 9th. So he's been in the pits, he's on the hards. Then you've got C-Mac trying to find a way past MacGyver. Aldair's there as well. Aldair pulls to the inside of C-Mac. Gets through. C-Mac's going to try and come back at him. But not quite. C-Mac keeps it into the inside, doesn't want to make any contact. Just going to move through. Going through the final few corners with these three. C-Mac again trying to find a way past Aldair. Again, it's not a place I'd overtake, because you're going to send cars wide if you get it wrong. Aldair think he's got through. There's MacGyver. Let's go up further upfield. There's battling going on. There's Fast JMS. Obviously, Dennis is coming under fire from Locke. But the top three, obviously, J West has been in the pits. Dimpy now up the third. He's got Fat Pickles in his sights. Kenobi still out in front at the moment. That gap will come down. As these two guys are on different tyres as well. They're on the faster sets than Kenobi. So this is going to be a battle. It looks a very interesting battle between these two. Just not quite there yet. Starting to close down though. There's J West in 4th. Fast JMS on the soft tyre. Then Locke in 6th. Dennis is 7th. Evil's 8th. C-Mac 9th. MacGyver in 10th. Now battling with Rossi. Again, they're all on different tyres. Aldair down to 12th. I wonder if he's had a bit of an incident. Then we have Mark Capman 13th, and then Shrukin in 14th. Again, you can see that gap now coming down from Kenobi, from Fat Pickles, and there's Dimpy. Are these two going to work together to try and chase him down? We shall see. And there's a massive gap between Dimpy and Jay West of 39 seconds. There's Fast JMS, not too far behind Jay West. Locks in 6. Dennis is there, chasing him down. See Fast JMS moving away. Everyone again on different tyres. Evil 8th. C-Mac in 9th. And MacGyver still getting harassed by Rossi. Again, different lobbies that don't need to battle too much, otherwise it's just going to cause more havoc. There we have Halder, Shuriken's in the pit, and Matt Catman still out in 14th. Just minding his own business now, just counting down the laps. Shuriken comes out on soft tyres. Just make sure he needs to use all 3 sets. Then we have ZFS Kenobi. Again, that time's coming down. We're on lap 25. His fuel lights on. So he's going to have to come in the pits. There we have Fat Pickles. There we have Dimpy. Jay West is 4th. Fast is 5th. Oh, God, get my words out again. And then we have Lock in 6th. Literally being chased down by Dennis. Again, Lock's tyres starting to degrade. Again, he's on the soft tyres, where Dennis is on the mediums. And a bit more fuel for Dennis as well. Evil on the mediums, so we should be okay till the end. And then we have C-Mac. I'm hoping C-Mac doesn't he puts a lot more fuel in than the last few races. He has a tendency to miss a drop or two. But he's going good at the moment. Rossi, personal best sector so far for him. Then MacGyver. There's Halder. Catman in 13th, and then Shuriken in 14th. We have Kenobi in the pits. And Dimpy in the pits. So Fat Pickles now back out in front. There's Jay West in 4th. Fast JMS in 5th. Lock 6th. Dennis is 7th. Trying to find a way past him. Evil in 8th. Being chased down by C-Mac. Getting on different tyre choices as well. There's Alder. Gets a massive slide on. MacGyver, a little bit of a one coming off the exit of the last corner. Matt Catman, 13th. And then Shuriken out in 14th. Fat Pickles out in 1st. 27 seconds ahead of Kenobi. But there's Dimpy chasing down Kenobi. Again, both on different tyres. 26 laps. We're through to 30, obviously out of 33. This could be very, very interesting to see. Jay West out in 4th. Fast JMS in 5th, chasing down Jay West. Lock is 6. Again, getting really all over the back end of is Dennis. See, Lock's tyre is now degrading as well. So he will start struggling for grip. I'll just move through the field. Evil. Obviously, C-Mac's got past him. There's Rossi. Halder. MacGyver. Halder's fuel lights on. So he's going to have to come in the pits now. MacGyver still obviously on the hard tyre still. He's probably just going to see them through to the end. Mark Capman in 13th. And then Shrukin still out in 14th. So we have C-Mac and Halder in the pits. But it's Fat Pickles still out in front at the moment. Kenobi second. They can either rob the said 4 through the tunnel, which is Dimpy in third. Gap still around about 2.5 seconds for him. And J West out in 4th. There's Fast JMS closing up. Sixth is Dennis. Alex has picked up a half-second penalty, so obviously Dennis has got past Lock. Then we have Evil in 8th, closely followed by Rossi. 2 Ferraris, 2 different generations of them. Newer version compared to the older version. And there's MacGyver out in 10th. C-Mac 11th. Mark Capman 12th. And then we have Halder in 13th. And then again Shrukin in 14th. It's Fat Pickles at this present time. Still out in first. Kenobi in second. And Dimpy in third. Just another lap and then mediums will come into play. J West 4th. Again being chased down by Fast JMS. Again, don't forget guys to pick your driver of the day. You've got 2 lobbies to choose from. So it'll be ideally 1 from each lobby. There's Dennis. There's Lock. Evil's there, closing up as well. He's got Rossi behind him though. Rossi on the soft tyres, but he's hard degraded. That front right especially. Getting the most wear. And we have MacGyver out in 10th. We have Matt Capman in the pits. So C-Mac's 11th. Dimpy has put the fastest lap in of a 151.8. But it's Fat Pickles. He's also come in the pits. His fuel lights on. There's Kenobi. But there's Dimpy. Jump on board with Dimpy. I apologise, I just had the right camera there. Comes out the last. There's. Gets a bit of a slide. Is Fat Pickles. Is he going to get the jump on J West? He's already fueled up. Let's see. There's Fat Pickles. Now this is going to be very, very interesting between these 3. Dimpy's just slightly dropping off the back of Kenobi. Dave's got on the softs. Sorry, Fat Pickles has got on the softs. He's still ahead of J West. So this is going to be really, really interesting. I'm going to say top 3. Can they all close it down towards the end? We're on lap 29, coming up towards 30. There's Dimpy. Inch. There's Fat Pickles. Again. You can see them all in one shot there. J West in fourth. There's Fast JMS. Has he got enough tyre wear left? Again. And then we have that big gap of 15 seconds between Fast JMS and Dennis. Out on his own at the moment. Then we've got Evil. Again, he's out on his own now. Just taking in the lap times. MacGyver, the same. Then we have Rossi, Locke, C-Mac battling. Don't need to battle too much again because both in different lobbies. C-Mac getting the better exit. Can he get the job done? C-Mac goes to the inside. There he does, he gets the job done. Gets past Locke. That's C-Mac up to 10th. And then we have Haldare in 12th with a half-second penalty. And then Shrukin up to 13th. And then Mark Capman in 14th. Obviously he's got the blue flag as well. So he's going to have to move out the way to let Kenobi past. There is Kenobi. There's these two. Dimpy and Fat Pickles. Lap 30. These two, obviously Fat Pickles starting to close up on Dimpy again. Fat Pickles is on the softer tyre. Mark Capman gets well out the way. That's appreciative for these guys. Well played by Mark Capman. Just keep them well out the way. Again, that time coming down between, well, adjusting between these two and Kenobi. And we'll see how they get on as they come to the final few corners of lap 30 out of 33. There's Kenobi just in sight. These two don't want to hold each other up. If that's the case, if they want to try and catch up to Kenobi, they either work together. Again, Fat Pickles now puts the fastest lap in of a 151.11. Down, there's J West, there's Fast JMS, still closing down J West, there's Dennis out in 6th, Evil in 7th, MacGyver in 8th, and Rossi in 9th, 10th is C-Mac, Locke is 11th, Haldare in 12th, Shrukin in 13th, and then Mark Capman out in 14th. But now you can see all three of the top three in one picture. Lap 31 out of 33, coming towards the end. But you can see Kenobi's right front starting to degrade again heavily. Obviously the softs don't last very long around this circuit. See, Fat Pickles has got past Dimpy. Again, softer tyre is fast, but it does degrade more. Dimpy's just going to stay with him. I don't think he's going to do anything too rash or harsh. Again, that gap has massively dropped between Fat Pickles and Kenobi. It's gone down to 1.6. Did Kenobi make a mistake? Probably a slight one, if that. But you see that front right, we're on lap 32 out of 33. Fat Pickles there in second. There's Dimpy as well. Dimpy cuts the grass a little bit. He's going to lose a little bit of time. J West out in fourth. And then Fast JMS in fifth. Dennis in sixth. Evil in seventh. And then MacGyver in eighth. Rossi ninth. C-Mac in 10th. Locke is 11th. Aldair is 12th. Just having a quiet race at the back at the moment, these guys. Shruken 13th. And then 14th is Matt Capman. But Kenobi, he's going to start feeling the pressure of Fat Pickles coming down on him in that little Suzuki VGT. Lobby 3 against Lobby 2 for the lead. There's Dimpy as well. He's just keeping there. But this is the battle at the moment. As you can see, Fat Pickles literally on the back end now of Kenobi. Kenobi doing a stellar job so far, keeping that Ferrari out in front for Lobby 3. As we go now down to the start finish, start the final lap of the race. As you can see, the cars are spread out evenly round the circuit. Now it's Fat Pickles, literally toe to toe. Kenobi's tyre, front right is going. He's going to hang on as best he can. Fat Pickles takes a tighter line. The headlights still stay on as it's starting to get a little bit dark now. And we're coming up to a back marker by the looks of it as well. Hopefully the guy in front sees the blue flags and let these guys go past. Now Fat Pickles gets up the inside of Kenobi. Kenobi has lost his position of first. Fat Pickles has took it. Shuriken needs to come out the way. Can Dimpy now catch up to Kenobi? Kenobi runs it wide. Oh, he has to avoid Shuriken. Fat Pickles out in front. There's Dimpy chasing down Kenobi. Is he close enough for the start finish? I don't think he is, but it's going to be Fat Pickles who's going to take the race win for the mixed lobby. Fat Pickles does it. Kenobi very close to a finish with Dimpy for second and third. Shuriken is 14th, I think, or 13th. So great racing there by the top three right at the very end. And then we have J West bringing it home in fourth. Fast JMS in fifth. Great racing, guys. And there we have Dennis in sixth. Brings it home. And then Evil out in seventh. Again, great racing, guys. MacGyver bringing it home in eighth. By the looks of it, I don't think anyone's been up. No one's around him. See fuel lights on as well. Final corner. So MacGyver brings it home in eighth. Well done. So C-Mac, stellar performance in ninth. Rossi in 10th. And then Locke in 11th. Aldair, obviously Mark Capman's finished in 14th. So it's just Locke and Aldair to bring it home. Great racing. Hope you've enjoyed, guys. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you again sometime. bye bye for now.